Beat. Hello, welcome back. This is the Fluff Hub. Before we start today's video, I have a quick PSA for everyone watching that has a custom Abby or has uploaded custom avatars in the past or has just uploaded a couple of Abbies. Be sure to private the ones that you want to keep, because VR Chat's been on a bit of a spree with taking down Abbies. So be careful of which ones you have privated and not privated, and just be sure to keep an eye on that. Make sure to keep your favorite ones privated. They can't take them down that way. Now then, on to the actual video. Today's video is going to be kind of special, not in a I have an announcement kind of way, but in kind of a celebrating of a certain art style and also talking about the history of it. That history is Frutiger aero. And I think you might be surprised as to where the naming originates from if you aren't already familiar with the art style. So let's kind of start in and start going through the iceberg of sorts. So Frutiger aero as a whole is very heavily based off of the early 2000s Windows web design. Now, from what I can remember, and you're going to have to take some of this with a grain of salt, it was designed to be very friendly, oftentimes using heavy skeuomorphism, which is the act of taking an object and using it as an icon for something on your PC, your phone, maybe a game console of that time, and that was one of the things heavily used with it. Another thing that was heavily used with the Frutiger aero thing way back in the early 2000s was a prevalent mixture of nature and technology. So along with that, there is also a very heavy feature of very glossy and very shiny art style. God, come on, brain. So today we're going to be going over the history of it and also showcasing a handful of worlds that also feature this art style. Alright, here we are in the second of 3 worlds that we're going to be visiting while exploring the history of Frutiger aero. So this place does more heavily represent the art style that was prominently showcased at that time. Now, taking a look at this Okay, trying that again. Taking a look at this PC case, we can see some very prominent design elements in it, very futuristic, very glossy, and also prominently blues, whites, and oranges, along with green, and pretty much any lighter tone of color. So, here we are. Other things to note from this era that also heavily featured this art style is the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation. Also, the Wii, one of the more heavily prominent, even nowadays, with its art style. So, as you can see, we get a much better look at what the art style is attempting to blend, and also the fact that it is trying to be more approachable and friendly UI element for whatever you may have been using at that time. Now, as for the actual naming of Frutiger aero, that wouldn't have come until a little after the art style had technically already gone and went, and was dubbed that based off the name of the person that designed a font and the early 2000s internet art style, which at the time was called WebGloss 2.0, or at least for Windows PCs it was. And so, in today's day and age, Frutiger aero has taken on more of a broad umbrella kind of term. There is still very much the prominent art style or the primary art style that you'll see every time you look it up, but there are also several dozens of subgenres of art for Frutiger aero, Frutiger Metro, Cyber Glacier, a whole host of them that I honestly could not name all of them off the top of my head, even if I tried. So, with that out of the way, let's explore this world a little bit more and just take a look around. Also, wait, no. But yeah, there's the fact that you kind of didn't see coming, hopefully. Again, if you were aware of this art style beforehand and actually had done some research, you would know that the name came a little bit after the actual art style. And that it also houses several different other variants of the art style. So here's our third world, and we'll eventually go look at another one.
Here we are in the native habitat of the sponge. They are completely docile, unless they hear that there are trinkets about.
Trinket, 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 trinket! Everybody kill the squid! He has various novelty knickknacks!
I am not going up there.
I'm not going out there.
I'm definitely... Oh,
Sorry, bro.
2 weeks from retirement.
Good luck.
Ow, my...
Right, and our last world of the day that y'all might recognize. So, I hope y'all enjoyed learning a little bit more about Frutiger Aero and its wide history and how it has spanned multiple generations. And as of today, there is still a very dedicated group of people that still celebrate the art style to this day and still kind of make content for it. So, again, I'll go ahead and see if I can't remember to leave the description, or not description, the names of the worlds in the description. Thank you for sticking with me for the entire video.